Hey guys, welcome to Sippin' and Spillin' with Sid and Bunko from 3 Mississippi. What'd you go through, a briar patch? What do you got all over you? Hello, I hope you're having a great, fantastic day. It's a very muggy, very humid, potentially more rain. Yeah, you did, you got burrs on you. Day here, but beautiful out because everything's kind of gray and hazy, and I just think those kinds of days are really pretty. All the dragonflies have been swarming in front of my office window the last few days. There's the thunder. There's the thunder. Yep. And the hummingbirds have been out, and man, it's been a busy weekend so far. Let me fill you in. So if you guys watched Friday's video on 3 Mississippi, you know that we had, the gnats are out too. Ooh, I can see them swarming. That's probably why the dragonflies are swarming. That makes sense. We had gone over to Silver, our other pasture, and cut down some cedar trees to make the fence posts that we need to expand the goat area and to then be able to tie off of basically for the sheep that we are going to be getting at some point. Because right now we don't have any infrastructure over there for them. So part of what we're doing is in preparation for that, but we are going to be doing like mob grazing or strip grazing, where we kind of rotate them with electric fencing that we move, kind of like we do now with the poultry. Friday we moved the poultry netting to the new area and switched them over, and kind of Mike bush hogged around there, and Frankie and I went around and pulled a bunch of stuff up, and you'll see some of that in Tuesday's video. Tomorrow's video on 3 Mississippi. And then Saturday, it rained off and on. So and it would rain for like 5 minutes, and then it would stop, and then it would be hot and sunny and humid, and then it would rain, and we were out there trying to do the fence line. We were clearing there was a bunch of saplings that had grown up on the fence line that we were needing to clear off so that we could then do some of the electric wire down on the bottom and to tie off from and all that. So that needed all cleared out. So I filmed as much as I could in between the rain of us working on that. I would mic them all up, and we'd be, working, and then the rain would start, and I'd go run over and grab their mics, and go throw my phone and all my gear in the Polaris and everything. So I got my work cut out for me editing that one, because it got a little interesting with the weather. Because none of that stuff's. I mean, you can get the covers and the stuff for your big expensive cameras and things like that, but I hear the rain's just starting now. Yep, there it goes. Man, I love that. I love sitting on the front porch when it's raining like this. It's so pretty. But anywho. So it was raining like this, kind of off and on, but it was sunnier. So it was real weird. It was beautiful, but kind of that weird sunny over here and raining on this side of the same pasture we were standing in. So it was one of those things. So I cleared all the brush from underneath all the saplings. I went and cut all of that. And then Frankie went through and got the last couple on the far side. Because I needed to go back to filming. And then Mike came through with the bush hog, the mower, and the weed whacker, depending on the area, and did the rest of the clearing, a driveway with against the fence to clear all that. And then got the post holes dug, got the cedar posts put in the corners that we needed, and cemented them in, and brought down and spaced out all the T-posts that we needed down there. So today, the plan is to, and I know it's raining right now, but give it 5 minutes and that might change. The plan is to finish getting that set up and be able to have it functional by the end of today so that we can basically open the goat pen and move them down to that lower pasture, to give them just more access to food, basically. When we built that goat pen, I guess this is kind of sometimes where Mike and I differ. Like, I'll say, like, that's not a big enough coop, or that's not a big enough area. And he'll be like, that's fine, that's plenty of room. And then a ways into the season, he goes, oh yeah, we should have made that bigger. And I'm like, and it's just, and part of that is just because, he doesn't do the animals the way that I do the animals. So when I look at it, I can say they're going to eat through this too fast. And so that's kind of what's happened at this point. So it's coming down now. Anywho, they'll have more room, they'll have more food. Not that they don't have enough room right now, but this will give them more grazing space. And some other different types of things to graze on besides just the grass. There's some other things down there that they'll eat. And it'll be nice because, Mike's been having to bush hog some of these areas that we're going to be having the goats and the sheep in. Eventually the sheep. We don't have the sheep yet. But this will make it a lot easier for him because he won't have to go out there and bush hog as much, which that'll be amazing. Because, when you have that, you can have that feed your animals and not have to worry about kind of maintaining it because the animals will maintain it for you, which is, the ideal scenario. And then, they're putting their, manure back into the earth and they're trampling it and they're, that's all helps the ecosystem of making that land even healthier. And having the ability to move them, let one area recover, move them over here, let that area recover. Obviously in the winter, it still matters in the winter, but obviously not as much because there's not going to be as much grazing happening because, not a lot of live grass happening in the dead of winter. But the remainder of the year will help quite a bit. So I'm excited about that and hope to get that done. A little lightning for you. Woo! Oh, that spooked Clover. Our neighbor's horse is over here by our fence line, and that big crash she just jumped. Poor baby. She's not usually she spooks a little bit here and there, but she's still young. She's like 3. But anywho, hopefully this rain that's kind of heavy right now doesn't last for too long and we can get out there and get that work done. Frankie and I were going to go try to see a movie today, but my friend's daughter Morgan is going on the church trip, the back to school church trip. Frankie can't go because she's got band camp for this coming week too. So she wasn't going to be able to join us for the movie, so we're going to wait till she gets back and try to go later in the week and go see that movie, which is good because that'll give me a chance to get some things caught up today and get some things done, hopefully, and get a little bit ahead for the week, because in a couple weeks I will be going back home to California to visit some of my family and my friends that are there, obviously. And so I want to make sure I have kind of all my ducks in a row and certain things done and handled YouTube business-wise and farm-wise before I leave. Ooh, it's coming a flood. Holy moly, I got to show you guys this. It's coming a flood. It's going to be dark, so you guys may not be able to see real well, but it's coming a flood. It's coming a flood. My goodness. It's, whoo, holy moly. Man, it cooled down a lot though. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. It's really loud out here now, but holy moly. I hope this lets up because we really want to get this fence done today. Man, this would have been a good day to go see Twister, wouldn't it? But it did just cool down about 15 degrees, and it's way less muggy right now, so I'll take that. Um, but anyway, we want to get that fence line done, hopefully today. Uh, we'll see. That might change now. We might have to switch gears and work on maybe something in the shop or something else for a little while. If this lasts for too long, I'm going to have to check the weather app. I don't recall seeing this in the forecast today. So I'm going to have to check and see where it is on the radar, how much longer this is going to last. But anyway, today we actually, so that was yesterday, and then yesterday evening, after we finished the fences, we got cleaned up or finished what we were going to do on the fences for that day. About 5 o'clock, got cleaned up and headed over to our friends Beth and Ryan because it was Ryan's birthday, and went and celebrated his 50th birthday. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Ryan. And then we today didn't go to our normal church. We went to our lovely friend and neighbor that lives over here. We went to her church this morning so that Frankie and Mike and Morgan, Beth's daughter and Ryan's daughter, could sing one of their specials that they had done at our church. And bless my soul. And anyway, Frankie's over here dancing.
Sorry, I drugged the dog.
Okay, was it bad? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. She was just telling me she drugged the dogs because I guess they were freaking out from the thunder. And Lundy, the last 2 days, gave herself a hot spot on her rear. So I've been putting, the cortisone on it, and I gave her some oral Benadryl to help with the itch and to kind of calm her down. But anywho, so she was coming out here to tell me. I don't know why I needed to know that the dogs were drugged right this second, but sometimes teenagers feel the need to tell you things right now. It's fine. So anyway, so we went to her church, which is it's a sweet little country church. I would almost call it like a little cottage church. It's teeny tiny, but it's beautiful inside, all stained glass and woodwork. It's probably about a third of the size of our church. And I think just between us Crouches and the Harringtons that showed up for them to sing, we made up about, I don't know, probably 50% of the congregation today. That's a real small church. But it was beautiful, and I enjoyed the sermon. All about, how it's our duty to spread the gospel and to spread his love and his word. But I really do enjoy our church and our pastor. And so I have to go back. Luckily, we stream ours from our church, so I get to go back and watch it. When I'm out of town, I can watch it if I'm not physically in the church, because I really do enjoy his messages and his sermons and the way he delivers it and tells his stories and, makes it relatable through scripture. Because for my brain, that helps me make it click better, or makes me look at it in a way that I hadn't looked at it before. And that's just the way my brain works. And so for me, that helps. I know some people don't like that. They don't like when a preacher will give stories to tie together the scripture, or they don't like, they just want you to read the scripture and interpret it like one way, and not that he's going crazy, like drawing weird conclusions or anything. I don't want to give you that impression, but he brings it to you in a way that it makes it very relatable for everyone. I feel like that's truly his gift. He's very good at that. Brother David definitely has a gift for that, and he brings humor into it too, which I think also helps make it stick. For me. Anyway, but we did enjoy the sermon today. Lovely church. Miss Ann was just pleased as pie that the girls and Mike could get up and sing, and they already want him to come back and sing something else. So it was nice. So now we're just, I guess, waiting for the rain to stop so we can finish up that fencing. And then hopefully Mike wants to maybe barbecue tonight. Might be moving that barbecue to the inside. I might be grilling steaks on the stovetop. We'll see. We'll see how today goes. But But yeah, we did get a lot done this weekend. Still more to get done. There always is. You know how it is. You just got to chip away at it while you can in between the weather. And it was hot yesterday. Even when it was raining, it was hot and muggy. So we were all just kind of soaking wet by the time we went inside. It just kind of, you know, the kind where you just have to kind of peel your clothes off you because you've been sweating so much. And just trying to drink water and keep hydrated because you're just sweating so fast. It's almost like you can't keep up with with it. So that makes it a little bit, you know, fun, right? But hopefully we can get the goats out into that pasture today. It's letting up a little bit. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. You know, if we have to work in the rain, we'll work in the rain. But the downside of that is I won't be able to film it because I can't just leave my gear sitting out in the rain while we work. You know, we can get wet, but the gear doesn't do as well. And maybe I can throw up a pop-up tent or something, but that's a lot to lug down there, and sometimes you just want to get the work done. So we'll have to see about that. But Tuesday's video will be about, you know, some of the work that we did and why we're doing it, and Frankie and I working on moving that poultry netting before dark on Friday, and just kind of getting this project to the point it's at now. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. I hope you check it out on Tuesday on 3 Mississippi. And yeah, it's a beautiful, I love this kind of rain. It's beautiful, but we do have work to do. So hopefully it chills out. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you. I hope you're having a wonderful beginning to your week. And I hope that you stay blessed. And remember, safety's off.